So we lost 3 starters from last year, and that's 52% of our scoring, just in those 3 of our total team scoring. So, you know, when you say what's the overall picture of the team, that's my big concern is how are we going to replace the scoring? Can we score? The other aspects I've been real pleased with so far, you know, only 6 practices and a weekend, but been very pleased with the defense and everything else, but that's the concern. How can we replace the scoring?
How much of a role is Anna Counts going to have in her first year? She's the only 5 that's listed on the roster.
Right. Well, there's 3 gals. We're only going with the single post this year. And it's between Haley Hildenbrand, Raina Strand, and Anna Counts. So those 3 are vying for 1 spot. And so, you know, whoever comes through is the starter, and then we're going to need a backup as well. So between those 3, we need 2 to step up. And so it's been a pretty good battle in practice.
Yeah, because, 6 practices, it hasn't been a ton of time, but has there been some separation to help you clearly make a point?
No, not in the post play. I've got a good idea who maybe can contribute on the perimeter. We're going with the 4 perimeter offense this year, so I've got a pretty good idea who can contribute there, but I still think it's pretty wide open in the post.
Graupe, from a backcourt standpoint, you got a lot of kids coming back, so you feel good about your backcourt?
Yeah, you know, Mariah Payne has looked great. She's shooting the ball well. You know, of course, Maddie Wold was one of the preseason players to watch. And then, you know, you've got Carrie Clements, who's been, I think 2 years ago, was maybe the leading scorer on the team. So those 3 real solid. And I got to tell you, there's been one big surprise this year from last year, and that's been Gabby Wilkinson. You know, Gabby didn't get to play a lot last year, and I'll tell you what, I have been more than really pleased, and she's been a person that's really stood out as far as somebody that I think can contribute this year. So I've been very pleased and very, you know, it's been a nice surprise how Gabby's looked. She's been looking great.
You talked about the perimeter offense. Will there also be transition to then? You try to get some baskets?
Well, we're trying to get, you know, I tried to recruit more athletic players in that when I try to get the 5'11", 5'10" kids, the big wings I call them, I try to get gals that can really get up and down the floor. So, you know, with a 4-guard offense now, there's no more 4-spot in our program. So there won't be that, you know, somewhat of a post player. We've eliminated that out of the program. And so Callie Delsman also looks really good. You know, didn't get much playing time last year. She's about 5'11". She looks really good this fall. And then, you know, we recruited Azaria Reed from Minneapolis. She really looks good. You know, we got Whitney Molina back. And then we also got this Caitlin Deaton, who's a transfer in. Her problem is she's got mono right now, so she's been sidelined. But she's also in that 5'10" range that's really athletic.
What are your expectations for Azaria? She's physical, she's strong, she's athletic. Where can you see her fitting into your team?
She really goes to the rim well. That's been, you know, I mean, I called her the other day and I said, don't take this the wrong way, but you are a bulldog. I said, when she goes to the rim, boy, does she ever go to the rim. She's really strong. And but a nice surprise that I didn't realize, I knew she could shoot the 3 somewhat. She's been shooting it very consistently, which I thought was a really nice surprise. So she's a 5'10" player that's very strong but can hit the 3. She goes to the rim hard, and she's been looking good.
Do you feel like the perimeter offense that you're talking about really highlights the biggest strengths of this team? It's not really a necessity, but it has to be the best option, I suppose.
Well, I tried to recruit to this offense. This is the same offense I ran at Dickinson State. This is the same offense that I had to face when I was at Dartmouth. I said, if I ever get to recruit, I'm going to recruit like this team of Cornell. Cornell made the Sweet 16 that year, when I was at Dartmouth, and I said, I'm going to base, from now on, the rest of my coaching career, the way Cornell recruits. They don't have a 4-spot in their program. They go with a 4-out, and even Wisconsin, Bo Ryan of Wisconsin will tell you that's one of the toughest teams he's ever had. They beat Wisconsin in the NCAA tournament by 20-some. They're so hard to guard, and so that's what I've kind of patterned myself is after my year at Dartmouth. Just I love that Cornell team, and so we're going to go 4-out whenever I can. And so when I recruited toward this offense.
Is this a kind of lineup that can give the NSIC teams a lot of problems?
Well, I hope so, but you know, first things first, we're trying to figure it out ourselves. You know, it's brand new. It's new for all the gals, so. You know, last year I was very patient. We did not put an out-of-bounds play until January. You know, and people may, what? Well, I've been doing this a long time. And so what I've learned through all those years is don't panic, because people don't remember what you did in November. Everyone comes up to me and said, oh, you had a great year last year. Really? Did you feel that way in November and December? We were in last place at Christmas break. We were bottom of the North. And but we went on our roll in January, February. So I'm a very patient person. We have nothing in right now. We're just trying to get the basics of our offense in, and we'll keep getting better. Because again, I'm playing for January, February, no different than last year.
What do you like so much about this offense?
Everything's free throw line and above, so it really gives your players a lot of, you don't have those people standing at the low block plugging it up. You have all kinds of driving lanes. So if you have 4 perimeter players, so when I go out and recruit, if you can't handle the ball, I'm probably not going to recruit you, because one of the things is you got to be able to get to the basket, and because it is so wide open. Like I said, there's nobody below the free throw line. And so there's driving galore, and also with 4 perimeter players, I like people that can shoot the 3. So that's what I do when I look for recruiting. If I can find that somebody, especially with a little bit of size to them, that can handle the ball and shoot it. And I think we found, with Azaria Reed and Caitlin Deaton, they really fit the bill there as far as 5'10", 5'11" girls that can shoot it and handle it.
How the returning players kind of handle this transition to the new offense?
Well, again, it's been a little bit of a struggle trying to realize, but again, it's coming. We've only had 6 practices in, so I always worry. We did not look good last year at Four Bears Casino, and then the next exhibition game was up in Regina, which was, I think we got beat by 30. So, but it'll take some time. So, and again, I'm going to be very patient. So, we don't even have a so-called play call in. I cannot come down and say Gophers or Horns or things like that. We have nothing, and we won't have anything in by Thursday. But that's okay as long as I can get the kind of the motion down. So that's what I'm really working on right now, is those aspects of it. And once we get that down, we're going to very, very slowly add things in. And again, we're playing for January, February.
So what are the goals, expectations for Thursday then?
Well, that we play hard. If somebody asked me compare this year to last year, I think our practices are better. I love this group. I really do. They're playing very hard. They're very coachable. The second year, now the drills. Last year every drill I showed them was new, so I had to teach how the drill run. Now they know, and we pick up things quicker. And we're way ahead this year as far as just practice. So I've been very pleased in practice. They know now what we want man-to-man defensively, and like I said, I love this group.
All good? Yep.
No, one more. Keep going.
Coach Graupe, what kind of school?
What about pick 14th?
What
Reaction to that?
What kind of school are
Oh, we're a women's basketball school.
Okay. Yeah, Graupe, you're picked almost dead last, right?
Yes, and but last year we were picked 16th.
You were picked dead last.
We were picked dead last year, 16 out of 16. And we finished 7th out of 16. We were the 10th most improved team in Division II last year. So I thought that was pretty good. And this year we're picked 14th. And I thought that's about right. I was sitting there thinking 13th, 14th. And I think that is about right when you lose 3 starters and over half your scoring. But again, that's our goal, is to try to prove people, just like we did last year, that we're better than what people think. Now, time will tell. Again, it's can we score or not? That's the question.